Have you ever felt like your dog just doesn't like you? Maybe they ignore you, avoid contact, or even walk away when you try to get close. But what if I told you these behaviors could be serious warning signs, and most pet owners don't even notice? Today, you'll find out if your dog truly loves you, or if they've been trying to tell you something you've never realized. Dogs don't speak, but they're constantly communicating. Small details in your dog's behavior can reveal a lot about how they feel about you, and some signs can be concerning. The problem is that many owners misinterpret these signals and end up making their relationship with their dogs worse without even realizing it. Today, I'm going to show you 7 clear signs that your dog may not be as connected to you as you think. And at the end, I'll reveal one of the most shocking behaviors that no one ever tells you about. 1. They don't want to be near you. Dogs that like their owners usually seek proximity, even if they're not the type to demand attention all the time. They might choose to lie nearby, follow you around the house, or simply stay in the same room. However, if your dog actively avoids you, leaves the room when you enter, or always chooses the farthest spot in the house, this could mean they don't feel comfortable around you. This behavior can have different causes. If your dog has been harshly punished or had negative experiences with humans, they may associate your presence with something unpleasant. Dogs are highly sensitive to their owner's tone of voice and body language, so if there have been stressful interactions in the past, they might have learned to avoid you. Another possibility is that you're unintentionally interacting with them in a way that feels invasive. Some owners force affection when the dog doesn't want it or pick them up even when they try to move away. This can make the dog see your approach as uncomfortable and prefer to distance themselves before being touched. If your dog constantly avoids you, the first step is to respect their space. Let them come to you on their own terms and associate your presence with positive experiences, like playtime and treats. Avoid forcing interactions. Instead, allow them to take the initiative. Over time, as they realize that being around you isn't unpleasant or invasive, your dog may start seeking more closeness and showing affection naturally. The key is to create a safe and predictable environment for them. 2. They avoid eye contact. Dogs use eye contact as a powerful way to bond. When a dog looks into their owner's eyes in a relaxed manner, it demonstrates trust and a strong emotional connection. This behavior even releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, strengthening your relationship. On the other hand, if your dog avoids looking at you, constantly turns their gaze away, or keeps their head down, it could be a sign of discomfort or distrust. This behavior may be linked to their past experiences. Rescued dogs or those who have gone through trauma often avoid eye contact because they've learned that it can be perceived as a threat. In packs, direct eye contact can signal a challenge, and some dogs internalize this instinct even in a home environment. It's also important to observe their body language when avoiding eye contact. If your dog licks their lips, yawns, or quickly turns their head away, they may be showing signs of anxiety. If they seem completely indifferent, without any reaction to your presence, this could indicate a deeper emotional disconnection. To change this, it's crucial to create positive associations with your presence. Speak softly, avoid leaning over them, and reward any attempt at eye contact with treats or gentle affection. The goal isn't to force them to look at you, but to help them see you as a trustworthy figure. With patience and positive reinforcement, your dog can learn that making eye contact with you isn't a risk, but rather a safe and even rewarding gesture. This process takes time, but it's essential for building a strong bond of trust between you and your dog. 3. They don't wag their tail when they see you. A dog's tail is an excellent indicator of how they feel. Typically, when a dog is happy to see their owner, they wag their tail in a loose and excited manner. If your dog keeps their tail still, lowered, or stiff when they see you, this could be a sign that they don't feel enthusiastic about your presence. It's important to differentiate the types of tail wagging. A fast, relaxed wag usually signals happiness, while a stiff, upright tail wagging slowly can indicate alertness or even irritation. If your dog simply shows no reaction when they see you, this may suggest a lack of emotional connection. Dogs that have been through difficult times or haven't received enough affection may learn to be indifferent to human presence. If an owner doesn't interact positively with their dog, the dog may not see a reason to show excitement when they arrive. Additionally, if your dog has been ignored or treated harshly in the past, they may have learned that your arrival doesn't mean anything special. To change this behavior, start by creating positive moments whenever you come home. Instead of just walking in and ignoring them, talk to them, offer a treat, or initiate playtime. Help them associate your presence with something enjoyable. With consistency, even a more indifferent dog can begin showing signs of happiness when they see you. The key is to build daily interactions that strengthen your bond and make your dog realize that having you around is a good thing. If this information is helping you understand your dog's behavior better, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video. That helps us bring you more content like this. Now, let's move on to the next sign, which may be even more concerning. 4. They ignore your commands and interactions. Unlike the topic of eye contact, where a dog might avoid looking at you out of fear, this is about a lack of response to daily interactions. If your dog doesn't react when you call them, doesn't respond to commands, or simply ignores you, this could be a sign of a weak emotional connection. This can happen if your dog doesn't see a reason to pay attention to you, if they've never been rewarded for obeying, or have associated your voice with negative situations. They may simply choose to ignore you. Dogs that don't feel emotionally connected to their owners tend to disengage from interactions. Another factor could be the tone of voice and how commands are given. If you call your dog aggressively or always for unpleasant situations, they may start avoiding responding altogether. Additionally, dogs that lack routine or consistent training may not understand that they should pay attention to their owner. To fix this issue, use positive reinforcement whenever your dog responds to you. Call them with a friendly tone and reward them when they come to you. Make responding to your call something exciting for them, rather than an obligation. Over time, this approach can make your dog more interested in what you say and more engaged in interactions. The key is to make these moments enjoyable for them. 5. They flinch or move away when you touch them. This behavior can indicate fear, discomfort, or even past trauma. If your dog pulls their ears back, moves away, or stiffens their body when you try to touch them, it's a sign that they don't fully trust you. This reaction is common in dogs that have experienced negative situations, such as physical punishment or rough handling. However, even dogs that have never been mistreated can develop this response if they weren't positively accustomed to touch. If your dog doesn't like being touched, avoid forcing contact. Start with gentle interactions and respect their signals. You can try rewarding them with treats whenever they accept touch without pulling away. With patience, they can learn that touch isn't a threat. The key is to build trust gradually without rushing the process. 6. They growl or show their teeth at you. Growling is one of the clearest signs that a dog feels uncomfortable around someone. Many people interpret this as aggression, but in reality, growling is a warning. If your dog growls when you approach, touch them, or try to pick them up, it means they feel threatened or uncomfortable and are trying to communicate that before reacting more aggressively. This behavior can be caused by fear, resource guarding, or past negative experiences. Dogs that have been mistreated or physically punished may learn that they need to growl to prevent unwanted contact. Additionally, some dogs develop strong attachments to objects like toys, food, or even a specific space in the house, and may growl if they feel you're trying to take something important away from them. Another factor to consider is the dog's body language before growling. If they show signs of tension, such as ears pinned back, raised hackles, and a stiff body, it means they feel cornered. If they also bare their teeth, that's an even stronger signal that they're uncomfortable and may react if they feel pressured. The worst way to handle this is by punishing the dog for growling. This won't make them feel more comfortable. In fact, it could make them even more reactive in the future. The best approach is to identify the cause of the growling and work on changing their perception of the situation. If they growl when being touched, for example, start associating touch with positive experiences, like treats and a soothing voice. With patience and respect, many dogs stop growling as they begin to trust their owners more. The key is to turn each interaction into a positive experience, helping them understand that they no longer need to use growling as a defense mechanism. 7. They show no signs of missing you when you get home. Most dog owners expect their pet to be excited when they come home, wagging their tail, jumping, or showing happiness. This is a sign that the dog associates their presence with something positive. But if your dog doesn't react when you arrive, doesn't get up, doesn't come to you, and seems indifferent, it could be a warning sign that your relationship needs more attention. Dogs that don't show excitement when seeing their owners may be emotionally distant for several reasons. If the dog has always had little interaction with you, they might simply not see your presence as anything special. This happens especially when the routine is monotonous and lacks genuine bonding moments between owner and dog. Another reason could be stress or even canine depression. Dogs that have experienced sudden changes, such as the arrival of a new pet, the loss of a family member, or a tense home environment, may become more apathetic. If your dog's behavior has changed suddenly and they no longer seem happy when you come home, it could be a sign that something is affecting their emotional well-being. If your dog doesn't get excited to see you, try changing the way you interact with them throughout the day. Spend more quality time together with play, walks, and positive reinforcement. Avoid making your arrival always associated with something negative, like scolding or lack of attention. Over time, as they realize that your presence means enjoyable moments, your dog may start showing more excitement when they see you. Building a strong bond with your dog requires daily effort, but the results make all the difference in your relationship. If your dog has shown more than 3 of these signs, it doesn't mean they hate you. It simply means something needs to be adjusted in your relationship. The good news is that all of these issues can be resolved with patience, respect, and the right techniques. If you want to learn how to correct these behaviors and strengthen your bond with your dog, check out the training course linked in the description. You'll discover proven strategies to transform your relationship with your dog and make them happier by your side. And if you want to keep learning and strengthening your connection with your dog, click on the next video and find out now.